to their career.
The perfect combination, boy.
Hip hard legends in the South.
This is sports fans' only home for the hottest sports show around. These guys are on fire.
You're now listening to KJ and Shawn Mack. Now let's talk some damn sports.
Welcome back to another edition of Last Take with your host KJ and Shawn Mack. What's the deal, brother? How you doing today?
I'm good. Just greeting everybody. What's good?
Man,
Hi.
always got to let, what's his name? What's that dude's name in the movie? Igor?
Sloth.
It's not Igor. Sloth.
Yeah.
Always got to let Sloth get his thing off in the morning. So pardon me for interrupted Sloth. But anyway, welcome back, guys. It's been a few days since we last joined you. And today we want to get into some NFL talk, and we want to focus it around NFL quarterbacks. So what we're going to do is I saw this all-time quarterback pyramid on, I think it was the Barstool. What's the name of that? What's the name of that website? Barstool?
I think it's Barstool.
Bleacher Report. I'm
Bleacher
sorry.
Report. Wait, wow. That's what you was talking about?
Yeah.
You lured me down a false path, too. I'm like, yep. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, I saw this. It's called the all-time quarterback pyramid. So how it works is they go from however you want to do it, bottom to top, top to bottom. And they start off at the bottom. We're going to start off at the bottom. And the bottom tier of this pyramid is franchise great quarterbacks that you would consider franchise greats. And as we go up, we're going to decide whether or not we take some out, move some up the tier, and what have you. So you follow me?
Gotcha.
So all right, so let's get it started. I'll do the first tier, and then after I'm done, you go ahead, Shawn, and you read the second tier, so on and so forth till we get to the top.
Gotcha.
All right, so first tier, starting off at the bottom, working our way up, we have Kurt Warner, Joe Namath. Now, keep in mind, these are franchise great quarterbacks. After that, it's Hall of Famers, then it's absolute special quarterbacks, top 10 all-time greats, and the GOATs. So it's Kurt Warner, Joe Namath, Russell Wilson. I don't even know who this dude is. So
Sid Luckman.
I consider myself a pretty decent football historian. Have no idea who he is. When did he play?
40s. That was the Bears' best quarterback of all time.
So that's when he must have been playing with Gale Sayers. Is that
was that
his quarterback?
Before then, he played. I think he might have played with Dicker.
Oh, he was Dicker's quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So moving on, we have Dan Fouts, Randall Cunningham, Donovan McNabb, Michael Vick, Stephen McNair, Aaron McNair, and Matthew Stafford. So I guess we really can't argue too much until we go to that next tier to see if we'll interchange anybody.
Yeah. Well,
or is there anybody that
I probably don't have nobody to replace them, but is Sid Luckman really the best quarterback the Bears ever had?
Probably stat-wise. I mean, who else would you put up there? Jim McMahon?
McMahon.
He didn't.
Yeah.
His stats weren't. I think the most touchdowns he ever threw was like 24, 25.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but it's around there. So I don't.
And if I'm not mistaken, Sid Luckman does have a few championships. They weren't called Super Bowls back then, but
no, they were championships. So go ahead and read the next tier, which is the Hall of Famers,
and for the Hall of Famers, let me get my deep voice on. You have Terry Bradshaw, Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers, Troy Aikman, Warren Moon, S. Bog. That's how you pronounce his name?
Another one I have no idea.
Me neither. For Washington, I have no idea who that is. Now, that could easily be Ripken to me, or that could be Doug Williams.
Yes, easily could. While we're talking, I'm going to look up his stats. Should have had the stats for these unknown dudes, just so we can get a better a view of why they're even on this list.
There,
now,
right?
One person I do have an argument with, and I think you can definitely have an argument.
Just let me finish off the list. And Jim Kelly. Go ahead.
Oh, Jim Kelly. Okay. You could argue that Eli Manning, in my opinion, can be slid from Hall of Famers down to franchise greats, and you can replace him with Kurt Warner. Can anybody argue that Kurt Warner isn't a better quarterback than Eli Manning? Just from a straight quarterback perspective.
Yeah, but I also feel I could slide him up and put Starr Otto Graham down there. So in my opinion, Eli could be going up.
Now, is this strictly Super Bowl driven?
I
Or you
would say
just
no. Oh,
I'm
my
combining all
reason.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah, the 2 Super Bowls, and he played in a different era where you had to put up points.
I agree. I just feel like Eli, when you lead, I think he led the league in interceptions a couple times. One time he had like 20 plus interceptions. I'm not taking anything away. When in the big moments, he came up big.
Yeah, you hell
But
right. You did.
just overall, his whole career, he had two great seasons.
Yeah.
Two great seasons. Other than that,
Yeah, I could agree, but
you know,
but when you look at the next list, you got out of the 6, 4 of those are older guys, and I take Eli over any of them.
over Brett Starr.
Hold on, read the list. Let's go then.
All right, so we got Brett Starr. Now these are absolute special quarterbacks. So
Mhm.
these are guys that are just like once in a lifetime type quarterbacks. So Brett Starr, Otto Graham, Fran Tarkenton, Steve Young, Roger Staubach, and Ben Roethlisberger. Big
Yeah, you
Ben.
got to take beef with Tarkenton because he had, even though he was like the first running quarterback, very athletic, I would put Eli over him any day. He got 2 Super Bowls. Frank Tarkenton made it to 4, but he has none.
Yeah, but his stats, I guarantee, and like again, once again, and I'm so sorry for not being prepared. I'm about to look up Frank Tarkenton's stats real
They're
quick.
like mediocre stats. They're good for back then. Don't get me wrong. He would be the
Yeah,
Patrick Mahomes of back then. But when
yeah.
you compare it to Eli, 4,000, 5,000 yards almost continuously every year, minus the interceptions, I would never put Frank Tarkenton over Eli Manning.
But you have to also think about the era that Eli came up in. The rule changes came up when Eli was coming into the league. So would he have even been a all pro one time if he played back in the 80s? I mean, Eli would
Yeah,
to me would have
yeah.
been
If he
you
played
think
back in the
so?
'80s, he would be like he would be like the Brett Favre. Well, how can I say it? Not Brett Favre. I'm talking about stat wise. He would be who put up a lot of stats back then in the '80s and '90s. He would be like a Jim Kelly.
You think? I see. You give them more credit than I do, and maybe that I could be a little biased because they beat our Patriots twice. But
Twice. Twice.
check this out: in 1978, Frank Tarkenton had 3,468 passing yards, and he had 25 touchdown passes. Now his quarterback rating was a 68.
Eli
But
did that in his sleep, bro. Like that era
yeah,
quarterback, he does it in his sleep.
but see, back in 1967, he had 29 touchdown passes, and he had over 3,000 yards. Now, what
Yeah,
does that translate into now?
I don't know. But
This
you
is
know
in
what
the
I just thought
60s.
about? I'm looking at
What's
Phillip
that?
Rivers on this Hall of Famer. Why?
Uh-huh.
Why?
Because he's been to the 3 Super Bowls? He's won
Yeah.
2. His numbers are going to be top
No,
10
no.
by the
Phillip
time.
Rivers never won anything.
Oh,
Talking
Philip,
about?
I thought you said Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh no, no.
Ain't
I
that what
went
you just
down
said?
one, and I thought about Phillip Rivers. I would,
Oh, you mean replace? Oh, okay, I see what
yeah,
you're
I would
saying.
easily slide Warner back up there and put Phillip at the bottom.
Yeah, definitely. Phil, he never even been to a Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowl, a conference championship, maybe one, maybe.
Was that a conference championship when they were favored to beat the Patriots and they were like they lost one game and they went
Maybe
to?
it was in Foxborough, right?
No, I think it was in San Diego. They lost
It
to
might
Brady and
have
them.
been. It might have been. I think that's the year Peyton won.
Yes.
One of
Then it
them
couldn't
one
have
where
been
he when he went to the Super Bowl. Now I don't know if he won that one.
yeah, yep. And yeah, you're absolutely right. I would take Phillip Rivers. I almost would take him and drop him out of the whole thing. He doesn't
Yeah.
even have an AFC championship win.
No.
Not one. Now he
No.
hasn't even. And if he did go to one, he lost it. So
Yeah. And for those that would say, well, Warren Moon shouldn't be on there, but if you look at Warren Moon's stats, they're gaudy.
and he transcended. He changed football. The things he was doing back then,
Yeah.
he was a phenom. Now I can't really speak on the dude from Washington. Actually, could you look him up real quick? What's his name? S. Ball. I
Yeah.
just wanted to get into Jim Kelly. You could say you could take Jim Kelly and move him up into the absolute special quarterbacks and drop out Ben Roethlisberger.
I don't
Only
know.
because
I don't know if I would drop out Ben. Ben has the Super Bowls. I probably would drop out Tarkenton. Tarkenton is probably my aim to drop out and drop down because both
yeah,
of
you're
them
right because
have
they both. Yeah,
made
you're
it to
right.
4 championships.
You're right.
Didn't win
Yep.
any Super Bowls,
Yep.
but I'm
Yep.
pretty sure Jim Kelly's stats is better than Tarkenton.
Definitely. It's just that Tarkenton was more of a dual threat quarterback.
Yeah, he
so
was the
he had
first running
more.
quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah, so he had more rushing yards. I'm definitely not taking Steve Young out of there.
No.
Steve Young, to me, he
Go to the
if it
next
wasn't.
list.
Oh yeah, let's go to the next one. Just real quick, if he wasn't behind Montana all them years, he would have had more than one Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Moving into the top 10 all time, we have Aaron Rodgers, Johnny Unitas, John Elway, Dan Marino, and Brett Favre. That is top 10 all time.
That's why I wanted you to mention that list. That's why I said bring it up. I'm taking Steve Young over Marino.
It's hard to say. I think
Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He was a
I think
leader.
you're right.
He
Super
was able
Bowl,
to get him in
and
there.
plus he was a dual threat.
Yeah.
He was durable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know how long he would have lasted if he would have started for 12, 15 years, but yeah, I think you're right. He won a Super Bowl, and I just think he did more for you on the field than Dan Marino.
Yeah, he did.
He could make up for deficiencies more than Dan Marino could. Dan Marino was Peyton Manning basically before Peyton Manning. Manning just took he won a Super Bowl and kind of took quarterbacking to a whole nother level.
And all of them, Elway was also in that spot until he won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you're right. Now, do you remember, did Dan Marino, did he audible a lot at the line? I don't remember.
No.
I can honestly say I can't really remember was he doing a lot of changing plays.
Warren Moon's Houston team. It was kind of a run and shoot with the Clayton.
Run and shoot thing, right? Yeah. I just don't think
the biggest thing with
coaches.
Dan Marino is him and Elway had the same problem until Denver got Terrell Davis for Elway. They never found a Terrell Davis for Marino.
Never.
The defense was serviceable. It was enough to win a Super Bowl.
Yep. They just they never had no big time. They had very good receivers.
Yeah.
They never had a big time receiver. Never had a big time tight end, and never had a big time running back. So I think that's what kept him from winning the Super Bowl. I can't argue with John Unitas, Aaron Rodgers. I can't argue with.
What about Brett? Do you move Brett down one and put Roethlisberger on? 2 Super Bowls.
Only reason I say no, just because man. But see, Brett Favre went to another team and he still balled out and on top of his
championship.
And then he had, up until just like the last 2 years, he had like every record in the NFL record book just about.
Yeah. Brady and your boy, the GOAT.
Breeze. Brady. And actually Peyton was the first one to start breaking his record, right?
Yeah, he did. It's just that we didn't all know Brady would still play this long.
Yeah, I know.
We thought those records was Peyton's for sure. So let me move on to the next list and see what we can juggle from the second and third list. All-time greats. You have Joe Montana, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees. Now, Drew Brees is my boy. Yeah. Love him. Saints fan.
Yep.
Not sure if he belongs there because you also could slide him. You could slide him down and put Rodgers in. You could slide him down and put Elway in because he has more than one bowl. But see, Breeze is the second guy that owns all of them stats. It's going to be Brady, Breeze, Manning.
It all depends on how you take into consideration the stats. Me personally, stats nowadays are inflated. If Elway played now in his prime, he'd be putting up his stats would be way better. Yeah.
6,000.
So the stats don't really. What moves me is the Super Bowls and how much you won throughout your career.
Yeah.
Breeze won just as much as Elway. Just there's something about Elway, man. That dude was like, I don't know. He won 2, and how many did he go to? He lost like 3 or 4 before he even won one.
He went to 3. He went to 5 overall, 1, 2, so he lost 3.
So he lost 3. So he went to 5 Super Bowls. Drew Brees only been to 1.
Yeah.
Regardless of the number, and a lot of those Denver teams sometimes had no business being there. They were good, but they weren't.
No,
they weren't great. So,
and one time they had a miracle that got them. The Cleveland beat them. Like it was a miracle.
Exactly. So, Yeah, so I think I would take John Elway, take Breeze out, put Elway up there. And I can't argue. You can't argue with Manning and Joe Montana. Nobody's taking them out, right? I mean,
No.
Aaron Rodgers possibly could if he wins another Super Bowl. If he wins 2 more Super Bowls, then you can start talking.
2 more, yeah. Because, this is the GOAT, but shit. I still got Peyton Manning as the best regular season quarterback of all time.
Yeah, well, too bad you gotta accumulate everything. Yeah, he's the best. Yeah, he is the best.
He does hold the title of that.
Yeah, he does.
I mean?
He does. I mean, doesn't he have the most MVPs? I think he has 4. Brady has 3.
He's the reason Brady started playing the way that he plays. Brady says that.
Yeah,
He was jealous of Peyton executing that offense and having all the power to change things, going to the line with 4 plays. I think Peyton went with 3.
Yeah, man. I think. And I just think that's because if he was on the Patriots, Peyton Manning, he wouldn't have been. Belichick, his pride is too big to allow a quarterback to just run the show.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have been able to do that if he was in New England. But anyway.
No. So you get the last, it's fitting how it fits, right? You get the last.
Yeah, man.
You get the top of the pyramid choice, so do your damn thing, whatever.
I mean, we all knew what this was going to be, So
I don't even want to hear you.
So the top tier, the top tier, and they just had the top tier. They have it in, they just have the GOAT up there, which everybody knows is Tom Brady, greatest quarterback of all time, greatest all-around quarterback of all time. There's nothing that man can't do except for running.
I can also knock him though a little bit here.
How?
He
After
lost
last season,
he lost some. Montana didn't.
Yeah, but he's been to 9 of them or 10
I know,
of them.
but he lost some. Same thing with the LeBron argument. Yeah.
That's true, but if Montana gets to 8 or 9, who knows if he wins all of them?
Yeah,
he's probably
true.
lose them.
True, and then you still have the injury because Montana still had a lot left in him. As you can see, when he went to Kansas City, he still brought them to the AFC Championship game. Just imagine if Montana didn't get hurt in that NFC Championship game against the Giants. They go win that Super Bowl, bro.
Yeah.
But you can't
shoot.
If nuts is butts and whatever they say, if was a bunch of nuts, whatever. I forget what that little saying is, but
yeah. I was just gonna say, if Brady didn't get hurt the year after we lost in the Super Bowl, the Giants, remember we almost went undefeated.
Yeah,
he got hurt the first game of the next season with the same team.
But that's the first game. I feel what you're saying.
It was the same team
in the NFC Championship game.
That's true, but I just don't see with them coming off that sour taste in their mouth after losing that.
The thing about it is this. Do you think Montana and them beat the Bills? Because that's the Giants team that beat the Bills.
Yeah. Wait, the Bills never played the 49ers, huh?
No.
That was right after that 49ers era, right?
Yeah.
The Bills, once they started to I don't know. That's a good question, man.
Because that's 89, I think, or 90, and Montana. No, that's 86 or 87. Montana and them, do they win? I think they beat that Bills team, but it'll be tough because our defense was good, but I don't know if we can hang with that. Well, I don't know because it seemed like to me the 4 Super Bowls that the Bills got to, besides the first one, they laid eggs. So
they did. They had a good defense, though. People sleep on, even though Dallas was just so good, but they had a good defense. So it's not like
borderline great.
Yeah, they just for some reason big games,
Smith,
Super Bowl,
Tally.
That
was a good team, boy.
They had a lot of players on that team. Bennett, yep.
It was
that
good.
Team was stacked. They were real good. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the all-time quarterback.
Perfect. We at that time. Perfect.
Right at the time? All right, cool. Leave your comments if you guys think there's any quarterbacks that were left out and you think you would have rearranged it any other way than we would have. There was a couple of spots we thought we should have, moved a quarterback up or down. But overall, this is a pretty good list. Just one more question before we get out. Do you think there's any quarterback that should have been on this list that wasn't even mentioned at all?
Well, it would be newer guys. I think you could have really thrown
Patrick Mahomes already.
You could have thrown Patrick Mahomes on there because you have Russell. You have Russ.
That's what I'm saying. So I think you could have put Patrick Mahomes and definitely took out Dan Fowler. I mean, not Dan Fowler. Matthew Stafford.
You could have took out McNair. You could have took out Stafford.
Yeah. Yep.
But first of all, I didn't get to tell everybody, if you like what you hear, subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up button. As Kay said, leave a comment.
Yes, sir. And also, if you get a chance, go to www.sportsfansonlyshow.com to get your, as you see right there, your sports fans only shirts and your painting cat shirts. So if you want some of your sports fans only apparel, head over there and do a little shopping. So anyway, this is Sports Fans Only. I'm KJ. That's Shawn Mack. And
This is Sports Fans Only. Holla.